Hi everyone, welcome back to another Let's Chat video. Today we're going to talk about how we can find our art styles. So I'd like to start off by saying that I don't believe I have found my art style. I'm still exploring different techniques and trying to find my place. But I feel I have some insight on what people can do when they want to find their art styles. And by insight, I mean just some random thoughts I had about the topic. Okay, so I think we can consider style to be a way in which something is done. Our individual style is something that is unique to us. That is the way in which we uniquely do something. Maybe that is why if you place two artists of similar skill in a room to draw a cup, the cups won't look the same because of the artist's uniqueness. To me, an art style is a combination of the uniqueness we all hold with the understanding and implementation of fundamental art techniques. And yes, I am aware that we are able to change our style through practice and study, but no two person will create a piece that has the exact same details or brushstrokes, even if they have similar styles. No two persons are alike and neither are their art creations. We are unique individuals and that uniqueness will always affect our art. At first, I thought that style was innate, that we are born with a style. I mean, as individuals, we naturally gravitate to different things. This could be as a result of our environment, but still, if you consider that two persons who are exposed to the same stimuli may react differently, develop different habits and so on, then you would realize that there must be something in us that makes us different. In the same light, two art students may have the same instructor, may read the same books, practice the same way of painting, but will ultimately produce different works. That means that something that is inherent to them must be causing this phenomenon. Therefore, we must be born with a style, right? Well, in a sense, this train of thought is logical, but it's a bit flawed. First of all, those who have been practicing over a long time can see where their art has evolved over the years, probably passing through many different art styles along the way. Some were not even able to draw at all, but with practice they learned how to draw and subsequently developed an art style. Now I'm sure that there was some amount of uniqueness in the crappy drawings they did before they could draw, but that doesn't make it an art style. Uniqueness in itself can't stand alone. Some learned process must have taken place. That is why I feel that an art style is developed when you have discovered a way of doing, a method of creating art which your uniqueness can act upon. You need them both to work together so that your art style can be realized. Okay, so how do you find your art style? How do you find your place in this art world that is filled with so many beautiful masterpieces? Well, I have 3 simple things you can do to help realize your art styles. Firstly, you should find what you like. Okay, so explore different art styles in the medium you work with. Understanding what you like to draw or what you like to paint and ways in which you would like to create that drawing or painting is important. I think it is good to know the kind of art you want to create. The goal is not to just copy someone's art style, but it is to put your art practice into perspective. You would be able to set goals on what you want to achieve as an artist by looking on artist work that you admire. So you can find artists that you admire on various social medias to see how they do things, to see their type of process, and just keep an open mind. Remember that your style will evolve into its own unique Pokemon. Don't be set on producing artwork as the artist you look up to. Instead, try to consider the techniques they use to achieve their results. As you go along, you can morph these techniques to suit your needs. Second tip is to find an art mentor. All right, so this is directly related to the previous tip. Art mentors are useful in giving you guided steps to achieving your goals and well-needed critiques. They basically are there to call you out on your crap so you can get better. It would be great if your art mentor is an artist you admire. They'll be able to give you better insight on their creative process. But like I said before, try to take in all the information you will receive, process it, then get to work. Don't blindly follow everything your mentor says in hopes that you will paint or draw like them. The aim should be to first and foremost get better at creating art. And I'm not saying you shouldn't follow what they say, I'm just saying that you should take in what they say, but not expect that you would be exactly like them. Expect that when you produce your work, it will be different, but it will still be good as long as you follow their solid advice. The aim should be to first and foremost get better at creating art. When your uniqueness acts upon your art skills, then your art style will show through. Don't sweat the small stuff. And in reality, actively searching for your art style is small stuff. In my opinion, it's the easy part. What's hard is putting in the work to get there. And this leads us to our next point, which is our last point, and it is to practice, 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 and practice some more. This is probably the most obvious tip because there's no way you can actualize your art style without actually creating art. So it's important to practice art a lot. Remember that your uniqueness is static, but knowledge is dynamic, meaning that you can't change how unique you are. There aren't any classes for that. What you can change is your art knowledge through study and practice. Study and practice is the only way that you can change or find your art style. The internet is a great source to increase your art skills. Also, you could enroll in art classes. Oh, and there is this YouTuber I love to watch and listen to his podcast. He's called Proco. You should definitely just check out his channel, and he has really good book suggestions. If you want to read a lot of self-help books, he really has some good book suggestions, one of which was Mastery by George Leonard. I read it and it was a great read, so you should really check out his profile. Great. Okay, back to the topic. But if you fail to practice a lot, your style would take a longer time to develop. Doing studies are also a great way to increase your knowledge on art techniques. This speed paint that you see me doing here is a byproduct of a Studio Ghibli study I did the week before. And clearly I have a long way to go. I'm looking at it, and while I was doing it, it was pretty good and I felt good about myself. But when it's done, I had second thoughts on how well I executed this art piece. But that's okay. It's all a part of the journey to self-actualization, to seeing my goal, to becoming the artist I want to be. Okay guys, so those are the ways in which you can find your art style. I'm sure if you stick with it, you will definitely find a style. That being said, I want to emphasize that finding an art style shouldn't be the end goal. What should be most important is working to be a better artist. I feel that artists who focus on that first and foremost are rewarded with an art style much earlier than those who don't. So thank you guys for joining me today. I really hope you liked the video. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. If you do subscribe, please click the bell notification icon so you can be notified whenever I upload a video. If you have any topics you want me to talk about, feel free to leave them down in the comment section below. Also, if you actually have an art style, please tell us what that journey was like for you. I'm sure a lot of people would want to know. I would want to know. Yeah, so if you want to, you can leave that down in the comment section as well. Okay guys, so thanks for watching. See you next time. Goodbye.